This is an e-learning quick tip. The Canvas to-do list automatically populates with assignments and events from the course calendar. But did you know that you can add your own items to your Canvas to-do list? There are two ways you can add items to your own to-do list, from the calendar and from the Canvas dashboard list view. In this quick tip, we will cover both ways to add items to your to-do list. To add an item to the to-do list from the calendar, click on the calendar link on the course navigation menu to open the calendar view. From the calendar view, you can click on any date on the calendar to add a new event for that day. A new window will pop up that has tabs. The first tab on the window is automatically the Event tab. Navigate over to the To-Do List tab to add item information. When you create a to-do list item from the calendar, the only box you're required to fill out is the title. For this to-do list item, I'm making a reminder of myself to prep for my study session. The next field is the date field. Since we clicked on the date from the calendar, it already populated with that date of Wednesday, March 25th. If I want to change my reminder from Wednesday to Tuesday, I just use the calendar button there. For the time field below, you'll need to input the time in hours and minutes. The default time is 11:59 p.m., so I'm going to change my prep time to be 7 p.m. You need to make sure that you add PM for all PM events because it will automatically default to AM. There's text below the time box that will tell you if you are in AM or PM. Now that I've added my PM, the 7 o'clock has changed from 7 o'clock AM to 7 o'clock PM. The next field is your calendar view. This calendar is automatically set on the default view, so it's your full name, which is your default name for your calendar. Students are also able to add to-do list items for courses that they are enrolled in, and they will appear on this calendar tab. Instructors cannot view personal to-do list reminders that students create in their courses, even if they add that calendar. The final field that you can fill out is the details box. Since no one else will see the details box except you, feel free to be as descriptive or as silly as you like. I like to write in all caps. Once you've filled all the information, click Submit to save your item. All events and items that are added to your calendar have a different icon. On this particular calendar, I have assignment icons from the assignment calendar in green. A discussion board has the discussion icon. A quiz has the little rocket ship icon. Events that are populated use a calendar icon. And to-do list items use a little note icon that makes it look like a post-it note. The other way to add items to your to-do list is from the dashboard when the dashboard is in list view. Your dashboard will be in card view by default. To change to list view, go to the three-dot menu in the upper right corner and select the list view option. The list view should automatically scroll to today's date. If there's nothing planned on this particular day, it will go to the next item, which for me is an event happening tomorrow. To add a new item from the list view, click on the plus sign in the upper right corner. A new box will pop out from the side of the page. The information required for this box is the same as the to-do list item box on the calendar, but it looks a little different. The title is still the only required option. I'm going to add a reminder to create a Zoom meeting for my study session. Unlike the calendar, since you created it from the to-do list page, it will automatically default to today's date. So if I want to create the reminder for the future, I need to use the calendar feature. I'm going to add this to my calendar to do for Thursday. The default time will be 11:59 p.m. If I want to change that, unlike the calendar, it actually gives me a drop-down option for hours and half hours, all the way for 12 o'clock midnight down to 11:30 p.m. I'm going to pick 5:30 p.m. If I wanted to manually change this time to be 5:45, I can change it from here. I can confirm the date and time by looking at the text below the time box. So when I first opened this item, it said Monday, March 2nd, 11:59 p.m. Now it says Thursday, March 5th, 5:45 p.m. If you are enrolled as a student in professional development courses through SBCTC or through Green River College, when you click on the optional Add Course button, you may actually see those courses here. For example, the accessibility micro courses that SBCTC offers. This is also what it looks like when students click their Add Course button. However, I want this to go to my personal calendar, so I'm just going to leave it as is, so it reads optional Add Course. Unlike in calendar view, when you add items from a to-do list, it does not give you an option to view different calendars. Instead, it only has the course option. If you do not add a course, it will default to your personal calendar. The final field is the details box. Just like in the calendar view, only you will be able to see this details box. You can be as specific or general as you like, or in my case, since I added all the information I needed to add to my title, I'm going to leave it blank. Once you've entered all the information you want to, click Save to add it to your to-do list, and your calendar will automatically scroll down to that new item that you created. This has been another eLearning Quick Tip.